There's so much going on in the world right now that it's hard to keep up. And maybe that's the whole point. This noise, everywhere, all the time. But if you see the world like I do, you know there's nothing new under the sun in all this noise. Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of sex crimes involving minors in 2008. And still, the doors to power stayed wide open. I don't usually follow the news, not closely. I prefer keeping some distance, just enough to see the bigger picture from above. But recently, I followed it more directly, and it just makes a mess in the mind. Every headline crafted like a weapon, every story shaped just enough to pull your attention away from what's underneath. There was a time when Orwell felt sharp. Now even 1984 sounds like something we've all heard too many times. When power aligned with our beliefs, the structure went unquestioned. When power shifted, the structure became visible. The system didn't become Orwellian overnight. It only appeared dangerous once it stopped agreeing with us. There's a pattern worth noticing. Early warnings were dismissed or mocked. When the same warnings return, carried by different voices, they suddenly sound reasonable. The story repeats, permission changes. The tools stay the same, only the hands change. And this is the unsettling part. Familiar tools fade into the background. The strange becomes normal. Adaptation is fast. And we forget how loudly we would have protested just a few years ago. And while we keep reacting to each new panic, each new headline, we lose track of the deeper shift. Not just what's happening, but how we're being trained to feel about it. Control today doesn't need force, it just needs your attention.
This message is brought to you by Modern Living, a carefully balanced lifestyle of convenience and comfort, all perfectly safe. If you're feeling sick, it's probably stress, or genetics, or misinformation. Talk to your provider, stay updated, stay compliant.
The more I try to prove that something is wrong, the more I get pulled back into the mud. Everyone's shouting, but no one's really listening. Everyone's convinced they're right, yet no one seems fully aware. And the more we focus on the noise, the less we see the structure. But the noise keeps going, even without people. Emails answered for them, posts written in their name. AI isn't a god, it's a hype cycle like the dot-com bubble. Sold as intelligence, but built for control. Just a polished system designed to make you rely on it, until you give up your freedom not by force, but by habit. And don't get me wrong, used well, it's useful, like any tool. I don't fear machines becoming conscious. I fear humans losing theirs. When the noise gets too loud, when everything starts to blur, my mind retreats. I log out. I know what feels right to me, what I accept and what I don't. When it's not really walking weather. I sometimes log into a game. Pixels, sound effects, a fake world that somehow feels more honest than the real one. Whatever real even means anymore. At least in a game, the rules are clear. The villains are labeled and no one pretends to be the good guy while quietly taking away your rights. Sometimes reloading is the only sane option left. And yeah, you can argue how sane my gameplay actually is. I created a bottleneck, a massive one. It's far too messy to fix easily. I'd have to send every single worker into the chaos. That would probably crash the whole system. So instead, I'm just building defenses far out, way beyond what's necessary. Completely absurd, absolutely ridiculous. No idea what that says about me, or what a psychologist would make of that. But sometimes, doing something that makes no sense is the only thing that makes sense.
Noob train incoming.
The real challenge isn't resetting, it's avoiding the same broken loop. That's why I try to zoom out. It's only from a distance that the whole picture starts to make sense.